You mentioned at 30 you became a mom. How did that change you as a person? So I don't have any kids. I hear that, someone that does have kids can't properly explain it to someone that doesn't have kids. Like it just changes you. Suddenly there's this entity that will not survive unless you fulfill, your role as a parent, and it just changes you completely. That maybe even if you're a great person, as humans, there's some level of being selfish. And for the first time in your life, you're not the most important thing at all times.
Joelle, it was completely overwhelming. I'm going to tell you this, like, no one really preps you for that. It is, especially as a single mom, it is mind-blowingly overwhelming. Like every minute of every day, this child, right? This child eating and changing and sleeping and taking care of them and buying them things and doing things for them. And it never ends. Like it just never ends. And so all of a sudden, it's this overwhelming burden matched with this overwhelming love. Like you love something like you've never loved anything before. And so they balance each other out, and you don't actually even mind the amount of work because you love it so much, and you love it, increasingly every day. And so with me, I think my daughter was like the best thing that ever happened to me. She's been my motivation, for the last 20 years. And she has made me a better person. And I always tell the story, like, because I mentioned I had this kind of really dark life, and I pulled myself out of it for her. And I went to this program, and I took entrepreneurship, and I won awards actually for being a small business, creating my small business. And I was really proud of myself for doing it. And I picked her up at school, and she was 4 or 5 years old. And she was coming behind me in the hall, and I could hear her with her friend. And she was saying, "My mommy's a businesswoman." And she was bursting with pride. And I was just like, thank God that she can actually be proud of who I am. And like, so it's just this like nonstop motivation to better yourself. And you have no choice. That's the incredible thing. Like you have no choice but to keep doing better and keep pulling them up because they're so reliant on you. So yes, overwhelming, but definitely for the better.